Welcome back, everybody. Riding through my hometown of Baileyborough, County Cavan. Beautiful town, beautiful people, and I'm on a beautiful bike. I'm on my first actual spin out today, so join me after the sting and we'll munch up some miles. Okay, looking forward to this. I haven't actually done a proper spin out on the bike. All I've done so far is make videos, and he says that actually making another video. However, I'm travelling around 300 kilometre round trip today, so without doubt it is the Triumph Street Triple's longest journey yet in my possession. I'm still in love with the bike, if you couldn't tell from all my social media posts. I'm absolutely head over heels in love with the bike. I still haven't had the first service done. I had to delay that because of work commitments, so it goes in tomorrow for its first service, but just as well because I hadn't quite done the 1,000 kilometres. So I'm hoping today it will actually push it over the edge. Should do. And well, not push me over the edge, just the bike. So within today's video, I'm also going to be riding for the first time on a motorway. So it'll be interesting to see what the buffeting and the ride comfort is like at proper motorway speeds. I think I might have mentioned it in my first video I made of this bike that I think I have made a boo-boo, and I definitely think I have. I really wish I had gotten the cruise control fitted. I just wasn't expecting to be going on any sort of journeys on this bike. I really thought it would be a fun bike for around the roads where I live and short excursions really. But already I've bought myself a tail bag. It's the Oxford bag. I'll flash up a shot of it here. And it's a 50 litre. It's one of those roll top wet bags. So what I have noticed on the bike since I've had it is that it creates its own weather system underneath the seat, and it's from obviously the rear tyre kicking up whatever it wants to kick up on these beautiful Irish roads, especially at this time of year. But all of my clothes that I've worn and the back of the bike, even if I go out for a 10-minute ride, just gets covered in crap. So I'm looking out for a long tail or longer tail fender. I've seen some people with a carbon one actually. If you have any idea where I could get my hands on something like that, please let me know in the comments. So that's just one of the other things I need to buy. Yeah, the luggage looks great because I can hot swap that soft luggage. I didn't really like the idea of something permanent and fixed onto the bike, like with a frame. I really like the idea of the soft luggage, and that 50 litre bag, I'm thinking, I can put as much or as little as I want in that. And what I do love is that it hangs down at the sides over the rear seat on this bike, well, on any bike, and it just looks, well, I just love the look of it. And because it's black, obviously it suits the colour scheme of this bike as well. I was looking at the SW Motec stuff, and whilst I know that is premium stuff, it also comes at a premium price, and I'm just spending, as my wife keeps telling me, you're spending far too much on motorbikes at the moment. She's dead right. With that in mind, I'm heading off to another motorbike shop. Oh yes, I wear the trousers in my house, as long as she doesn't find out that I'm going there. Today I'm heading down to Maddox in Bray because they are the dealers for SW Motec stuff. So I'm not going to buy another bag. I'm going to buy the little tank ring, which will fit hopefully on the top of this and allow me to use my smaller tank bag, the one I use on the VFR 800. I think it's called the Micro, the City Micro or something. And then I can hot swap between them. I just love the small footprint of that bag because I really don't like seeing naked bikes or sports bikes even, laden down with luggage. I just think it upsets the beauty, the artistry of them. That should do me, and all I will be putting in there is the camera gear. Anyway, enough of my problems. Let's get back to the bike. How do I feel about it so far? Well, since the last video came out, it's only been a fortnight, and I've ridden the bike half a dozen times. I love it. Has he seen me? Yes, he has. Beautiful day here. The sun is just rising. It's a Saturday morning, and God, it's good to be out. Good to be on two wheels. There is torque from the minute you take off in first gear all the way to sixth, and it never skips a beat. There's no soft point, there's no lull within the excitement all the way up to sixth. It's just full on torque, 80 Newton meters of it. It's just beautiful, and I have to admit I haven't even adjusted the suspension settings yet, because I'm actually quite happy, but I know I'm going to have to adjust it because I'm sure I could soften it up a little bit again for these Irish roads. It is a little bit well, you'll probably hear in my voice going over those bumps there. It is a little bit stiff, but I think I just need to soften the rebound and the rear suspension on the Öhlins, and that's it. I've set the span adjustment on the clutch and the brake levers, and I've fiddled around with the master cylinder settings as well on the brake, and I have it just exactly where I want. My way of riding is I always keep these two front fingers on the brake lever, so I've set up the brake lever just literally with one touch. I can come to a slamming stop, and when the roads are a little bit drier, I shall demonstrate that to full effect. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off now until I reach a motorway, and I shall join you there, and we'll see what it feels like. Okay, so I'm approaching the toll now, and then we're officially in motorway territory after that. I have one of those little bleepers in my jacket pocket. Hopefully it'll work. Shall I try it? It's always awful when you've tried the automatic one and then it doesn't work. Go on, in for a penny, in for a pound. Ah, it worked. Fantastic. Sometimes it just doesn't pick up the tag when you're on a motorbike. Okay, enough of that. Here we go. Oh no. That is ridiculous. I'm sure my arms are a little bit longer than what they were when I left the toll bridge there. Oh wow, the torque is astonishing in this, it really is. You really have got to hold on, and I'm not just saying that. First observations then, I'm at motorway speed here, 120 kilometers an hour, and first observations are how smooth it is. I'm talking about the airflow hitting me directly in my body. Now, I'm getting a little bit of drag to the left hand side of my helmet, but I know that that's the camera arrangement stuck on the side of the helmet there. I'd love to try this without the cameras on, but then I wouldn't be able to bring you a video. So yeah, it's really smooth. There is no buffeting. And again, I think I've made this point already about this bike. What I love is that, well, one of the many things I love is because of the bulbous headlight arrangement sticking so far out the front of the bike, and that's where the TFT screen is. You can see everything which is going on without literally taking your eyes off the road. A quick glance down and you have everything you need to know. It's a really, really great riding position. I do feel as though my body is arching forward a little bit, but I suppose I'm literally counteracting the force of the wind. But it's not turbulent, which is great. Okay, I'm sitting at 120 kilometers an hour, and what a lovely place to sit. It really is beautiful, and this is just building my excuse, not that I need any, to go away for a few days on this and do a little tour first of all, and just see what it's like, if it's up to it. I have no doubt it is. The bike is so well balanced as well. It's very nimble. Even my body weight, when I've done a little bit of overtaking there, my body weight is enough just to flick it out, which is great. Years ago I used to, well, not for very long, but I used to ride horses. My wife got me into that. My whole family were into it at one stage. so I was the odd one out. So I had to get into it. For a brief period, I just thought it was crazy, far more dangerous than riding motorbikes. So I packed it in as soon as I started it. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is when I was taking horse riding lessons, the instructor told me you basically look to where you want to go and the horse will follow. It's the same with this bike, but I suppose it's the same with any motorbike really, but this bike is a fantastic student. It just follows everything you want it to do. Now I'm saying that with less than 1,000 kilometers under my belt on a self-cancelling indicators as well. All my prayers have been answered. Yeah, I don't mind the mirrors being a little bit buzzy at 120 kilometers an hour, because I can still see if it's a police car or not, unless it's an undercover one, of course. I'm glad I've got the long johns on today, however. It is very cold. Temperature gauge says 2.5 degrees Celsius, and I have the warning on the screen there. I don't know if you can see that. Caution, low air temperature, risk of surface ice. Now on a motorway I'll be alright like this, but I'll be taking it handy enough when I get to near where I'm going. It just feels as though it has so much left in the speed range. Obviously I'm not going to do it. The engine hasn't even been broken in properly yet. I'll wait until I have the first service out the way, and I'll wait until I have everything else set up to my liking in terms of suspension. I might fine-tune the brakes a little bit more as well. But in terms of, well, the rideability and all-round feel of this bike, oh my god, it's an absolute winner. I could sit here all day. I remember on the last ride out I went on a few days ago on this, again I went home in the dark because I just didn't want to go home. There's that little piss pot of rain I can feel on my visor, and dare I say it, the bike feels totally planted. I think every motor vlogger on YouTube uses that word. That's my New Year resolution, or it should have been anyway, to come up with another word instead of planted. But it does anyway. It feels really grounded. It's beautiful. So I'm approaching Dublin now, and I've reduced my speed to around 100 kilometers an hour. The mirrors are rock solid now at 100 kilometers an hour, and it feels as though I could easily just be doing half that speed. Yeah, this is very comfortable at 100. To be honest, I was comfortable enough at 120. It's just bloody cold. My wife asked me the other night when I got home, she said, "How's the new bike?" I said, "I've one word." She said, "What?" I said, "Sensational." And that encapsulates everything I feel about this bike. Sorry, I'll stop gushing. I was here once before actually, and the sat nav says it's just around the corner. I can't remember where it was. Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now. Here we go, on the right hand side. It's a very pretty little spot, isn't it? No cars beyond this point. That's it in there anyway. Or maybe is that closed? Oh Jesus, I hope not. That'll be a wasted trip if it was. I'll go knock on the door somewhere. Ah, there we have it. Motorcycle shop Monday to Friday. That's not good, is it? Ah well, like I said, it was a great trip down anyway. I'll give them a phone call on Monday and order the part. You see, if I'd actually rang them this morning and found out they were closed, then I wouldn't have bothered coming out, to be honest, because of the day which was in it, and I had a load of other things to do at home, so I sort of half knew not to ring, So my second sense was actually telling me, don't ring, because if they are closed, you won't get out on the motorbike, because then you'll come up with all of your other jobs to do. Oh well, folks, that was a great trip out, wasn't it? It's amazing the way us motorcyclists think, isn't it? Oh well. On that note, folks, thanks a million for coming along with me. Sorry we didn't get to have a look around the shop. We'll do it another time. But appreciate you being here anyway. As always, have a great week, everybody. Ride safe. Dave Perry, Wheelie Good TV, over and out.
So when I got home, I was fully prepared to do a piece to camera and tell you just exactly how I felt after that 262 kilometre, 3.5 hour round journey. But I was just too bloody cold to press record on the camera. So here I am in voiceover in the warmth of my edit suite, telling you for sure that I feel as fresh as a daisy. And remember, folks, life isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey.